history-making shoreline show. James Machine Deane, Rudy Hansen, James Deane out front in that Pennzoil RTR Spec 5 Ford Mustang in that first outside zone. You can see actually it goes into the third and fourth. Look at James, good angle there. Rudy, you can see him jumping up. Good angle for him. Needs to mimic that angle though. Now goes into that six. You can see how long that is, dragging that bumper into the box. It's not about the walls, it's about the box on the ground. It's a Mustang in a box. Step one, you put a Mustang in the box, bang, right across that finish line.
A lot of American, a lot of Lincoln drivers that run to the money.
Here we go, Rudy Hansen now out front, James Deane in that chase position. Rudy Hansen across the nose, the Ford Mustang. Look at James, he dives in the back. Now, boom, he massages it, gets back into the pocket. In that third outside zone goes Rudy, James Deane. See how he's mimicking the angle. He's a little bit of distance, but you can see just how he refines that Ford Mustang. Looks like his eyes, oh, James Deane comes a little unwound, but then gets back to form. And then the sixth outside zone. Look at James, he's falling back. Does he have enough tire? That was a topic. I was actually talking to Scott, who's James Deane's spotter at Pike Bar the other night, and we were talking about in the 32, he had some mistakes just here and there, but it was more just kind of mental lapses as opposed to just big dynamic like whoopses. It was just quick little things. But here we go. James Machine Deane goes in that first outside zone in a second. And Tommy Lemaire in tow. Look at James Deane. How far out is he? And now look at, here we go, into 3 and 4. And now you can see him approaching that. Hit it and quit it, tap it out to the wall. I mean, just look at the execution of that Ford Mustang. And now into that final outside zone, transitions one last time, puts it on that back left edge, and just riding that towards the edge up tight to the wall goes James the Machine Deane.
This is such a cool moment to be able to go against a driver like this.
All right, let's see. Tommy Lemaire out front, James Deane in tow. Tommy Lemaire initiates. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, anything you can do, I can do just to say it better. As now into that third outside zone, and whoa, Tommy Lemaire, he's putting it on a show out front. James Deane, he falls back. James, where are you at? Tommy Lemaire. Want to see if there were any, I mean, you just have to think, did James make a mistake, or is Tommy just that damn good? Now in that last outside zone, Tommy Lemaire is the champ. Is the champ being taken out after a celebration by his team, debuting the RTR this week, 22 years. As we are seeing James Deane and Tommy Lemaire go at it once again. OMT, FD, and LB2. James Deane initiates first outside zone, going in that second. Tommy Lemaire, look at the form right there. James Deane checks him up a little bit. Tommy Lemaire, look at that execution. Well done by James Deane. Gets out to that little wall tap, does it back to back in that power rally. Now switching through the switchback. The S turn is for James Deane. Look at that transition. Tommy Lemaire, you talk about those whiskers, right? So the S turn at the end, going from 6 to 7 on the outside zone. That plays a major role. I want to give you all the angles. At first glance, it might look sensational, but you get overhead, you're like, ooh, he missed. Just what I'm talking about. He exceeded that first or second outside zone. Tommy Lemaire, and again, losing those parts, James Deane, that allows him to catch up to him. So here comes James on in tow. And look at Tommy, some wavering. This is my exact point. Those little finite mistakes accumulate into one large mistake. That was my proof positive.
I know.
Am I correct?
Doesn't happen often, but sometimes, you know, we talk about it and it comes to fruition.
Opening
but
his
it is
metaphorical doors to us and saying, let's do it. We bookended round 1 and round 8, and here we are. Speaking of 8, it's the great 8. James the Machine Deane and Connor O'Sullivan. And James the Machine Deane goes into that second outside zone. O'Sullivan, that Army BMW. Oh, look at him. Reeling him in. And James Deane, not even affected. Keeps on keeping on. In that Pennzoil RTR Spec 5. Clinical. Absolutely surgical with that RTR Mustang. Outside zone 7. Ain't no thing. Get that dirt off your shoulder, man. Wow, well done by James Deane. All right, so what'd you say?
I said for everybody else, make sure they follow.
All right, well, I'm glad Chris Forsberg follows me now. Here we go, Connor O'Sullivan and James the Machine Deane. O'Sullivan, you talk about worming his way in. Well, he is warming it up. Yeah, buddy! Oh, Sully, regardless of horsepower, he's walking James Deane right now. Give him a leash. Look at Sully. I mean, he's bringing the magic. That got a little weird. That got wonky. I need to see that overhead.
If there's any battle to pull your phones out for, this one's going to be it.
Here we go, James the Machine Deane. Nothing but respect on either side of the track, but your champ going against a future champion. It's just win is the question. James Deane in that RTR goes in to the big outside zone, taps the power alley, 1 and a 2. Now coming into that S-turn, fills that big long 6 outside zone. Now watch this transition. Look at the timing from Hiro Manoa into outside zone 7. Hiroya tucks in on the champ. And Hiroya unfazed, unflappable into that last outside zone.
He would then take third. So if he wins this event, that's going to be the case.
So basically, Field is locked in at second, I believe. Let's just talk about the battle right now. Here we go. Hiroya Manoa in Juga Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 3M 86, leading out James Deane, that champ. Again, oh, here goes Hiroya. Little bit of hiccup there. Hiroya almost had a bit of a stutter step into that first power alley outside zone. Oh! James comes to a halt. Uncharacteristic from the champ. Hiroya Manoa continues on and potentially taking out, or him taking himself out. James the Machine Deane. Major mistake by the 5-time champ.